And we rolling. We are Biblical Twist Studios, live in effect, and we still rolling. Episode 9 or 10, I don't know. I don't know. This is a project that needs to be watered like a seed, like a plant. Disclaimer. Disclaimer. This is not for everybody, okay? Only for the believer. Not a believer. Exit stage left, please. This is not for you. Do not get offended. Disclaimer, born sinner, not perfect, just a vessel. On some extra work, community service, projects, trying to keep this going, trying to feed the believer. No scholar, just a regular guy trying to do a little kingdom work. So, this is the reason why I do disclaimers and stuff like that. Disclaimers, I'm not perfect. Because, when you do this kind of work, you have a few naysayers, haters, whatever you want to call it, resistance. That's what it is, resistance. You get resistance, you get pushback, which is normal. Haters, pushback. I feel like if you don't have haters, if you don't have resistance, if you don't have pushback, if you don't have opposition, then your work is not it's not big, it's not heavy. The more opposition, the more resistance you have, higher. But I enjoy it though. Because sometimes you have to play the fool to catch the fool. So yeah, the reason why I give disclaimers that I'm not perfect, that I'm still healing, I'm still learning, I'm still growing. Because again, when you present these kind of messages or your theory or your logic or your mental, when you give a piece of that to the people, resistance, opposition is going to hit you with, he smokes or he drinks or he has tattoos or he listens to hip hop. There's always something, right? There's always something. He cursed or, I can go on and on forever. He didn't tie his shoe, whatever. When you start off with a disclaimer, you kind of neutralize all the nonsense because people try to find an excuse or a reason to avoid the truth or to avoid scripture or to avoid prophecy, whatever. These kind of people are called like accusers, they accuse you. And it says, they accuse thy brethren day and night. The accuser of thy brethren is cast down, which accuse them before God day and night. They just accusing. I mean, it's already in their head that no matter what good you do, it's their job to cut you down with negativity or just to come at you. These are the accusers day and night. They find something new every day. But it's good though. So the enemy, the devil, whatever you want to call it, lower vibrations, ignorant entity, ignorant vibrations, whatever. These people will plot and scheme, y'all. Continue. I mean, they will gather together in a huddle to come up with plots and schemes against God's people. I'm telling you, y'all. And just really talking from experience, man. This stuff is really funny though. I mean, the propaganda, they'll lie. They'll even pay people to lie, to fabricate cases. It's really hilarious. And they will consistently try and try and try and try. So that's why they say put on your spiritual armor. You got to put on your spiritual armor when you're going out there because it's real rough out there. They're coming for you. Why? I mean, maybe you have something special. Maybe you have a message to God's property. Maybe you are and they're not. Maybe your downfall is their destiny. Who knows? Who cares? In order that Satan might not outwit us, for we are not unaware of his scheme, the adversary who uses deception and strategy. That's why you have to stay alert and also have that armor. Me, I'm retarded. I like to go into the fire head first because sometimes I already know I know what's going to happen. I know their tactics and schemes and stuff like that. Not saying everybody should do that, but this is why I'm talking about this so they can be aware that people are aware of their schemes and tactics and plots. I have several journals on some of this stuff, y'all. That's a whole nother topic. And they will continue to try until you're no more. And it's wild. They'll use the phones, they'll hack your phones, your computer, they'll tell your people against you, your job, anything, just to cut you down, your finances, whatever. So spiritual warfare, this is the time for spiritual warfare. Don't go off the face or the familiarity of the person or the relationship, friend, coworker, family. Don't go off of none of that stuff. because it's spiritual warfare. It ain't the outside, it's the inside, it's the heart. We're at a time now that understand a lot of things. But they said, not lean on your own. Don't even be surprised if your best friend for 20, 30 years comes at you on some snake sideways stuff. This is the time all that will come to light. So test the spirit. I said this in my other stuff. Test the spirit. I don't care about that face or if I've known you for a long time. I'm testing the spirit automatically. Testing that spirit. You know, you got to test that spirit because it can either be one of the two. It could be a God or somebody might say, oh, I was just playing or it was just games. I'll say some ugly stuff out their mouth, some mean stuff out their mouth. Awesome. I hate you. I wish you died. Somebody can't say something like that, then say I was just playing. Anyway, let me wrap this up, y'all, because, I go forever. So why doing all this? What's the big deal? I'm like, who are, you don't even know some of these people. Like, who are y'all? Who are these people? Why y'all trying so hard for the chosen people? Why? What's the big deal? They're trying to interrupt your relationship, interrupt your marriage, blaming your spouse. Y'all not even seeing what's going on in the background spiritually. You know what I'm saying? To pray for your spouse. This is a spiritual time. You're thinking it's your dude or you're thinking it's your chick. I know when the spiritual strings going on in the background. I don't want to miss y'all. I'd be going too far. It might be spiritual plot in the background of your finances, of your relationship, flaws, or just whatever. Attack on you, period. This is the time for that. It ain't a flesh thing. They make it seem like it's a flesh thing. So you blame it on your spouse, or you blame it on this, or you blame it on that. Well, we battle not with flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness in high places. Don't see it's the background. Wrapping it up. So say, why? Why me? They said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And this passage simply describes enemies plotting against you, wanting to destroy and erase everything about you. Talks about nations conspiring against God's people. So that's why. So again, I said this is not for everybody. If you are going through something like this is exactly what's going on. Spiritual warfare. But don't be scared. The chosen people. Unless you're hard-headed like me, I go into the fight head first. My enemies know me. We stay squad. I stay get in that trap. But the regular people, put on your armor. Be careful. Cut back on flaws. Cut back on flaws. Because the flaws gives the enemy like rope. Gives the enemy rope and stuff. For example, if you go out, it could be that, the handsome dude you like, it could be that fine ass chick, hips, ass titty, the stuff we like the most. The stuff we like the most is what the enemy will use, to get to us. And everybody has their vices. Everybody has the things they like. Who knows, for you, might be that ex you can't get rid of. It'd be money. What would you do for money? Would you sell your soul for money? I mean, it's different tactics. Alcohol. No one wants to get you with the alcohol. It opens the door. So, or, it could be whatever. Just saying. These are the times. So spiritual warfare. So be careful because the enemy will use different plots, schemes, and tactics to try to get to you, unless you already know it's coming. And the whole agenda of the enemy is to make you look bad, make you go crazy, make you seem inadequate. They're the father of lies, the children, all the father of lies. So they need lies to, anyway, I just wanted to get on here, spit a little episode, Biblical Twist podcast. Over and out.